Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have a value-oriented trim level of Hyundai's largest three-row SUV, the Palisade SEL. So given the Palisade went through a major refresh for the 2023 model year, 2024 brings very few changes across the lineup. In fact, actually none here on the SEL. However, the base SE got several nice changes as well as a couple tweaks to packaging across other trims of the Palisade. So make sure to check out my dedicated video here on the channel if you're interested in knowing exactly what changed across every single trim all in one place. Now, when it comes to pricing, it did increase across the board no matter which trim level you choose. However, some just a little bit more than others. When it comes to the base SEL all-wheel drive, it now starts at $42,485, including destination, and the white seen here is going to be an extra cost color at $450, and this represents a $350 increase for a 2023 equivalent base SEL. So really not too bad, all things considered, although given this one got zero changes, it is going to be just $350 more than an equivalent 2023. Now finally, before we get into taking a look at what this vehicle has to offer, make sure to check out my equivalent 2023 videos. There's a ton here on the channel from every single trim level, side-by-side comparisons, and different color combinations as well, if you're interested in seeing it in, for example, what a base SEL or some of the other trims look like with different color combinations. So all those are going to be still relevant as well. Just note that there are a few different packaging changes depending on which one you're looking at. So with all that information in mind, let's not waste any more time. Take a look at what this exact Palisade has to offer for just under $44,000. So the Palisade in front of us is finished in the hyper white exterior with the gray and black two-tone H-Tex leatherette interior. Now starting at the front end, every Palisade will come standard with full LED lighting up front, including the LED projector headlights, the LED daytime running lights that are illuminated, as well as your LED turn signals in that upper housing right there. Now every Palisade outside of the calligraphy gets the same gloss black dark chrome accented front grille, including the new calligraphy night edition for 2024. So you get the darkened chrome Hyundai emblem. This one does not have any 360-degree camera systems or front parking sensors, anything like that. But you do have your radar for the adaptive cruise and highway drive assist and the silver accent trim on the lower part of the front bumper. Some aerodynamic treatments here next to the daytime running light that help direct air around the side of the vehicle for better aerodynamics and fuel efficiency. Speaking of the side of the vehicle, this one has the standard black plastic trim around the wheel arches and the lower door panels that wraps into the rear bumper as well. If you do want that paint match, you do have to go for the calligraphy because that is the only trim that will match the body color with that accented trim. Coming to the wheels, these are going to be the standard SE and SEL silver painted alloy wheel. They're going to be 18-inch in size, wrapped in 245/60 18-inch Bridgestone Dueler HP Sport AS all-season tires, so a fairly high-quality all-season. Mirror caps are going to be body color with your integrated LED turn signal integration. There's no cameras or LED puddle lights, but they are going to be heated. All three mirrors are going to be auto dimming, and they do have blind spot detection as standard. Silver accented front door handles. The SEL and higher does get Hyundai Digital Key 2.0, which works with iOS as well as Android compatible devices. Here from the side, you can see some of the nice gloss black trim on the B and C pillars and the silver accented roof rails up top as well, which are part of the SEL package and higher. So that is a nice addition if you do plan to use cross rails or roof racks. And this one does not have any sort of sunroof, as that first comes on the XRT or higher. So that is just a quick look at the sides of the vehicle. Now coming out back, LED lighting does continue on with the brake and turn signals in this housing right here with some silver accent trim that matches kind of the lower sides of the rear bumper. Your reverse lights are going to be incandescent, located a little bit farther down with your rear backup sensors on the SEL and higher as well. More silver accent trim, Palisade in the bright chrome up here on the tailgate with your rear backup camera, and then this one is going to be all-wheel drive, signified by that H-Track badge on the passenger side of the tailgate. So that is pretty much going to do it for the outside of the Palisade. Still looks like a very nice model, very premium looking. Outside, I would say, of the smaller diameter wheel design. If you would have the larger 20-inch wheels, I would say it would look very premium, even for, you know, a sub $45,000 SUV. Still looks very nice and really not too much to complain about. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the window sticker so you guys know exactly how this one is equipped, and then we'll jump onto the interior. So taking a look at the interior, the SEL comes very nicely equipped, again, for the sub $44,000 price point. The SEL gets the H-Tex leatherette on the inside, heated front seats, power front seats, hands-free tailgate, caption shares. Of course, the 12.3-inch navigation is standard. BlueLink Plus is new for all 2024 BlueLink equipped models, which is free for the lifetime of the first owner. And of course, the Palisade does come with an integrated Wi-Fi hotspot powered through Verizon and the BlueLink app. This one does have a few additional accessories, which brings the total MSRP to $43,804, including destination. Now take a look on the interior. Like I mentioned, this one has the gray and black two-tone leatherette on the inside. However, if you do want a darker interior, black is going to be available as well. Starting out here on the door panel, immediately you can see some of those gray accents in the center section. You're gonna have a soft touch textured upper, some silver dark accents that wrap into the dashboard. This is gonna be kind of that padded H-Tex material with the faux accent stitching. Power windows, mirrors, and locks with automatic front two windows. Good amount of lower door storage. And this one is just gonna have the standard 6-speaker audio system. The premium audio starts getting introduced with the SEL Premium and higher. This is gonna be a power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar. There's the Gray H-Tex with the black accent piping on the outside, which contrasts very nicely. A little bit of additional pattern up here towards the headrest. And there is going to be the dashboard with the black accented steering wheel. So here on the inside, this really hasn't changed from the 2023 model year here on the base SEL. So it's going to look identical to that vehicle. But in front of the driver, you're going to find a partially customizable, fully digital gauge cluster with your speedometer on the left, tachometer on the right, and a small 4.2-inch color display in the center that is controlled here on the right side of the steering wheel. Now that blue accent does change with the drive mode. So if you change the drive mode for say Eco, it goes green. If you go into sport mode, it does go red. And of course, all the other modes are blue, which is very nice. Now through that menu, you do control quite a few features of the vehicle, including your safety systems. You can see the engine stop start is on there, lane keeping assist, cycle through some of the pages, drive information, refueling, MPG. There's your navigation that you can pull up there, tire pressure, as well as the all-wheel drive. So several nice menus through that little display. However, it would be nice to have the full customizable display that is available on the higher trims of the Palisade. Coming back to the steering wheel, this is going to be leather wrap with black accent stitching. You can see all the silver trim and silver accented buttons. On the left side, you have your audio multimedia. On the right side, your safety systems, including adaptive cruise control as standard with Highway Drive Assist 1. Highway Drive Assist 2 is found on the SEL Premium and higher. On the back, you have your paddle shifters for the 8-speed automatic transmission. Automatic headlights with auto high beam assist. There's your regular wiper stalk. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your gauge dimming, tow haul mode found on every all-wheel drive equipped Palisade, traction control off, power lift gate, as well as your electronic parking brake. There's some more soft touch materials here on the dashboard, as well as the gloss black bezel around the gauge cluster that wraps into the infotainment system. Now, speaking of the infotainment system, this is going to be the standard screen on every single Palisade from the base SE all the way to the top calligraphy. 12.3-inch in size, HD resolution, has built-in navigation, which unfortunately means wired Android Auto and wired Apple CarPlay only. There's your driver profiles up there that you can customize some of these settings in the radio for. The overall control and features is very nice. You can control some of the rear climate settings on here. All of your settings as far as that goes. Sirius XM, AM, FM, USB, Bluetooth inputs as well. And this does support some over-the-air update functionality for the map and infotainment graphics themselves. I don't believe this supports over-the-air software updates for the actual vehicle, but it does have the built-in Wi-Fi hotspot as well as BlueLink Plus, which are all great features and very easy to use. If you have all of your physical buttons to control that infotainment, including volume, power, tune knobs, you have a dedicated star button, which you can program as a shortcut to whatever menu you would like, which is very nice. Tri-zone automatic climate control, so 2 zones up front, 1 for rear occupants. Push button gear selection for the transmission, automatic vehicle hold for the brake, drive mode select with your center differential lock, which you can send power 50-50 front and rear, hill descent control, automatic engine stop start on off, pull up your rear backup camera via that button, and then there is your rear parking sensors on off as well. Heated front seats, no heated steering wheel unfortunately. There's the little lid that you can control and kind of close out the cup holders. Soft touch armrest. These are the retractable type of cup holders, so you can kind of swing those closed and open them via those buttons. Wireless charging pad with Hyundai digital keypad down there. 1 USB-A port for the data connection for the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay into the infotainment. And then there is a ton of additional storage space down below with more USB charging and a 12-volt outlet down there as well. And here in the center armrest, more of those ports if you need them. So a lot of nice storage space here in the front of the Palisade. Up top, you do have the gray accented textured headliner. LED illumination, auto dimming interior rearview mirror, like I mentioned, no garage home link, a little bit of a mirror if you want to see the rear occupants, overhead LED lighting, blue link SOS, and passenger airbag status indicator light. But that pretty much wraps up the front seat of the Palisade. Let's go ahead and take a quick look out back. Now take a look at the back of the SEL. This vehicle only comes as equipped in a 7-passenger configuration, which means it's the captain shares for the second row. If you're looking for an 8-passenger Palisade, you'll have to stick to the base SE, which only comes as an 8-passenger, or choose the SEL Premium with the 8-seat option, which is a no-cost option. So it comes in both a 7-seat and 8-seat if you need that extra seat for the second row. But anyways, coming to the door panel, you have most of the same materials as the front with the soft touch kind of rubberized upper. You have padded armrests with the accent stitching, and there's all of your silver trim and additional cup holders, which is very nice for second row occupants, and a little bit of additional bottle storage down below. There's the captain chairs that have the same black accent piping, controls for recline, power sliding, as well as access to third row via these buttons, which are very nice. Step in height is very easy given the ride height and door opening. And there's a quick look at the dashboard. In terms of rear seat amenities, like I mentioned, we have one single zone automatic climate out back, 12-volt charge outlet, and USB-C ports on the sides of the left and right-hand seat in front. And there are map pockets on both of the second row seats with additional nets, maybe for a smartphone device or something like that. Up top, LED overhead lighting, vents for second and third row occupants. There's the ultrasonic rear occupant alert to detect movement inside the vehicle after it is shut or turned off. And there you can see this one does have the integrated cross rails, which are not installed on the vehicle, but still here in the box with the seat folded down to give you an idea of just how much storage space there is. This is a huge box, very long, and there's still plenty of room out back as well as up front here for another foot or two of room. And then I do want to demonstrate the one-touch function of the seat. This button or that button down there do the same exact thing. So one-touch press slides the seat forward, and there you have easier access to third row seating. So we'll go ahead and step inside really quick. The seat does latch to a more forward position, but of course you can adjust that via the levers on the front side if anybody is sitting in front of you. But as it is, plenty of legroom behind myself in the second row. Like I said, some nice amenities for vents, AC, stuff like that. More cup holders, no USB charging, and no power adjustments for the seats like you'll get on the Limited and some of the higher trims. That is what those two blanks there are for. And then these are the blanks for the retractable cargo cover, which can be stored underneath the floor in the trunk area. So really not a bad place to be. I wouldn't say this is the most comfortable third row, but certainly usable on short trips for larger adults or more usable for smaller children on longer road trips. And I really do like this, the one-touch function of the seat, which pretty much pushes it all the way up and gives you easier access in and out. So take a look at cargo room and storage capacity behind the third and second row seats. There is the power liftgate. Like I mentioned, that larger box for the cross rails is already in here, and this is the larger of the two third row seats that is up. I apologize for some of the plastics on the floor mats there, but that is part of the accessory package. Here on the left side, you have a 12-volt outlet as well as your power release for those second row seats. So you can actually fold the seats down from here, say on the left side. One touch folds it down as long as the headrest doesn't contact the seat in front, which is actually doing it right now. And if you want to fold down the third row seat, simply pull this strap, give it a nice push forward, and it will automatically retract into the floor. And that will give you a massive amount of storage capacity as long as you don't need the additional seating. But underneath the floor of the Palisade back here, like I said, you can store that cargo cover if you have it in those slots right there. You have your temporary spare tire stuff and roadside toolkit, and look at the amount of storage. That is just one of the nice benefits of the Palisade, is the storage space underneath the floor. But of course, if you do have these third row seats in the upright position, storage is going to be limited with just a few feet until you contact the edge of the tailgate, and of course these seat backs themselves, but you do have holders for the seat belts to keep them out of the way from scratching up the plastic. So that is going to be the storage capacity behind the third row seats. Now wrapping up here on the passenger front seat, materials are going to be the same as the driver's side. Obviously, you do get a power passenger seat with two-way power lumbar on the SEL or higher, which is very, very nice. There's a better look at the dashboard. Glove box is going to be damped and does have LED illumination, and there you can see all of your original owner's literature and manuals and plenty of additional room to spare for other items. So yeah, overall a very nice interior for a one-step up trim from the base model. Let's go ahead and take a quick look under the hood, see what powers this particular vehicle, and then go ahead and wrap up this video. So under the hood of every Palisade, you'll find the same exact powertrain option. This is a 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine paired to an 8-speed torque converted automatic. This puts out 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque either through the front wheels only or all four wheels if you do select all-wheel drive. And the Palisades equipped with all-wheel drive can tow up to 5,000 pounds and do also include that tow haul mode that I showed you a little bit earlier on in this video. So that is pretty much going to do it here for the 2024 Hyundai Palisade SEL all-wheel drive. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it and or found something helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button below. It greatly helps out the channel in these videos. Subscribe if you guys haven't already, and make sure to stay tuned for additional content, not only here from Hyundai, but other manufacturers as well. So as far as my quick thoughts here on the Palisade SEL, well, for $44,000, technically a little bit less depending on the accessories and stuff, I think this is a very good value in the features and options that you're getting. Now, is this the favorite trim level of the Palisade lineup of mine? I would say not. That would have to go to the SEL Premium package, which is technically one step up, maybe two if you factor in the XRT, which is basically an appearance package for the SEL, plus a power sunroof. But regardless, the Palisade lineup is full of value no matter which trim level you do choose. The SEL is a nice option for one step up from the base SE because you do gain the H-Tex leatherette seating surfaces. So if you do want cloth, you can technically still get that in a Palisade, but it only comes on the base SE. So I think for, you know, a little bit more than that base metal price, I don't think you can go wrong here with the SEL. And like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, make sure to check out my 2023 model year videos as well, because those are very much relevant across the Palisade lineup, especially if you're comparing like 7 and 8 seat configurations, different trim levels, color combinations, stuff like that. There's a lot of value, and I don't believe I filmed this exact color combination for the base SEL last year, so chances are it is going to be a different SEL with a different color combo going on. But anyways, with all that being said, let me know your thoughts down below. As always, I appreciate support here on the channel and hope to see you guys in the next one.